What's going on, everybody? Triples here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Ridge. Today we have some more breaking booze. Today's booze news is none other than Buffalo Trace. Go figure. They have unveiled 5 new whiskeys that they are bringing to the market, aka 5 bottles that you probably will not get. So let's head on over. I got a little article here on Gear Patrol. Wrote up this nice little article. Got some pictures of the bottles. Look at that. Old Stag whiskey. Okay, so this is called the Prohibition Collection. There's 5 different ones. We'll get to all of them, what they're going to encompass, what they're all about. So, yeah. But go figure. Buffalo Trace putting out even more things that are going to be very, very hard to get. So here's a little breakdown of the Prohibition Collection. Here we go. They look cool. They look very old-timey. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Comes with a box. Really cool, box, since this was medicine back then. So, It says the collection includes the following 5 bottles, with all but one being a recreation of a now defunct brand distilled as medicinal whiskey a century ago. So first one, Old Stag. There you go. Good old Stag there. Just what we needed, some more Stag to go throw it out there. The forebearer of today's Stag in George T. Stagg, this brand originally existed as a tribute to George T. Stagg himself and was once the distillery's flagship whiskey. Pretty cool. They're doing some history. The Recreation is a barrel-proof, uncut, unfiltered whiskey with the tasting notes of leather, cherry, and vanilla. So another cask strength Stag, and I think, let's see if we can kind of zoom in a little bit. We can maybe see. Hard to see. I think that's like 132 proof that's on that one. So pretty cool. Golden Wedding. The original Golden Wedding whiskey was first distilled at Pennsylvania's Finley Distilling in 1869. During Prohibition, its bottling was split between Shinley's and the Stagg Distillery. The Revival is a rye whiskey clocking at 107 proof and featuring an herbal taste with notes of dill and rye spice. So very old school, bringing it back. It makes you wonder, like, did they, they always say, well, we found this recipe, whoever, Evan Williams, we've been creating his whiskey since back in the day. So is this really, like, how close to it tasting like they did in 1869? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just, it's all just marketing? But who knows? Maybe they found it. Found barrel, stick it around. Who knows? Interesting. Bringing out a rye. It's pretty cool. Three Feathers. Three Feathers was a whiskey that lived many lives, first debuting in 1812 or possibly earlier as a rye, then later becoming a bonded whiskey and finally a blended whiskey. The new version recreates the bonded version and is a 100 proof bottled and bond whiskey with tasting notes of stone fruit, tropical fruit, and a smoky caramel finish. So again, see, that one just changing all over the place. Walnut Hill. Albert Blanton. Yes, that Blanton. Yes, let's go ahead and remind you. Blanton shepherded George T. Stagg Distillery through Prohibition as its president, and he personally oversaw production of the original Walnut Hill whiskey. The Revival is an old school 90 proof high rye bourbon with notes of corn, oak, and molasses. And then George T. Stagg Distillery Spiritus Raminti. The only bottle in the new collection that does not resurrect a specific defunct brand. Was the generic name for medicinal whiskey during Prohibition. It's pretty cool. See, I like the idea behind these bottles. It's just how it's going to be released and all of that is kind of like, it don't matter how cool it is, okay? This new version is a wheated bourbon bottled at 110 proof and exhibiting tasting notes such as cherry, oak, vanilla, and wheat. No prescription required. Okay. So, Oh, here it is. Here we go. This explains what I was asking earlier. So how does one go about recreating a 100-year-old whiskey? With a lot of research, it turns out there's over 400,000 items in the brand's archives, of which just 1 or 2% have been cataloged. And it was through these archives that they were able to piece together what these whiskeys looked like during Prohibition. What they looked like. What about what they tasted like? Who knows? Probably just tastes like Buffalo Trace. We'd previously seen the box art for the whiskeys in the files. We'd always known they existed, but for some additional stuff we started finding, like Albert Blanton's thoughts in the letters he was exchanging with the TTB on how the whiskey was being labeled and bottled, allowed us to basically piece together the history. So these bottlings are like snapshots of what was happening at the distillery at that time, for the most part. See, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a lot of work that went into defining this label and stuff, but then here we go. This is the real juice right here. The Buffalo Trace Prohibition Collection is a limited release, go figure, being sold as a complete set. Each set includes all 5 whiskeys in period correct 375 milliliter bottles, $1,000. 5 bottles, 375 bottles, $1,000. So they're putting out the whole. They're taking the secondary. You know what? We are going to charge that price. But you know what's going to happen? That $1,000 upfront cost is then going to be, you know, what's the price on secondary going to be? Someone's going to get a hold of these sets and just, there's not going to be a lot of them. And then it goes on to say, but if you miss out on this initial release, don't fret. This is just the first in what will become an annual tradition of Buffalo Trace Prohibition collections. So there's going to be more. But you shouldn't necessarily expect future renditions of the collection to have the same bottles. So they're going to be different. So it's like this is what you're going to get. These 5 bottles, they do look really cool. And it comes like, you get these boxes, like, it comes with the boxes, which is, it's cool. I mean, for $1,000, I would hope it came with something cool, you know? Yeah, BuffaloDistillery.com, $1,000. Yeah, so there we have it. 5 new bottles, Buffalo Trace. I feel like, you know, they're doing all of these expansions at Buffalo Trace. They're building more and more rick houses. We're gonna see more of this crap. I'm telling you, they're just gonna keep doing that while people still can't get their other stuff. I guess that's what rubs people probably the wrong way, is you can't go find a Blanton's because everyone in line is losing their freaking mind to get a Blanton's. Oh, I gotta get a Blanton's, I gotta get a Blanton's. And then you go to a raffle, half the people are there looking for Buffalo Trace stuff. Ridiculous. And then they just keep coming out with more stuff that's hard to get, that you won't get, or it's $1,000. It's crazy. It's crazy. I wish you just get your stuff out to people, let the hype die down on some of that stuff, and then put out this stuff. God, rant over. Whatever. For those of you who will get this, I know some of you out there will get these. It'd be very interesting to see what they taste like. If you open them, would you open this? Would you, if you had the chance to spend $1,000 on this, would you? And would you open them? I don't know. What would suck is you open these up and they're literally just the same stuff that they're already putting out in a cool bottle, like a new label, you know? This is definitely aimed at collectors. You know, you get the whole set, it looks cool on your collection, and you pay $1,000 for it. So there we go. There we have it. There's booze news. Really curious to hear what you guys' thoughts are on this. How excited are you for these bottles? Let me know down below. Till next time, guys, go drink some Buffalo Trace. I'll see you in the next video.